Yo, what's up? My name is Brandon Underwood, and I'm here today to talk to all you money makers and money spenders and just general poor college students, as most of us are, about why I'm poor, why you're poor, and then also why Elon Musk is not. Specifically, how well this article persuades people about why I'm poor, why Elon's rich, and why that's inevitable in the end. But first, let's go somewhere a little quieter. There we go. Now I can focus on why I'm poor. First things first, let's discuss the three methods of persuasion: ethos, pathos, and logos. Take a look at this image here. Let's start with ethos. Ethos is all about experience. For instance, if you're writing an article about dogs, let's say, have you studied dogs? Have you been a major in dogology for like your whole life? Have you been around dogs? Do you own your own dog? If you don't even own your own dog and you've never studied dogs, why would I believe anything you have to say about dogs? So things like that are kind of what ethos is. It leads to people trusting you more because you actually know what you're talking about and you can back it up by saying you have experience in what you're talking about. Next up is pathos. Pathos is all about invoking emotion. For instance, talking about dogs again, sad dog videos are a reason. They exist for a reason. Because those dogs are sad, and they're, giving you the puppy dog eyes, and they're talking about what it's like life in the pound. It's invoking emotion. It's trying to make you sad for the dogs, so you go out and buy a dog, and you should, because dogs are amazing. But anyway, that's kind of what it is. It makes the audience feel. It's supposed to give them a sense of emotion, and then it's used that emotion to persuade people. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about logos, the most important one for this video. This one's all about the logical side of things. Articles explaining why one thing leads to another, which leads to another, which chains all the way down to an outcome, is a sort of logos. Articles that also provide reasoning and facts with sources to back them up are also examples of logos. Anyway, my brain hurts from all this persuasion, logos, Legos, whatever. So I'm going to pass this off to the other me. You should go talk to him. Yo, nice to see you. It's me, the other Brandon. And better Brandon, you might even say. But anyway, he's already explained to you what ethos, pathos, and logos is. So my job is to show you where it is in the article. So I'm going to be mostly giving you logos, but there is plenty of pathos and ethos in the article. So if you find any, go ahead and show it. I'd like to start with the model that's used very regularly throughout the entire article, really. The yard sale model. The yard sale model is actually a sign of logos. It's used in a logical way, and it's most of the time used to show how one thing can lead to another, which is a logos example. The yard sale model itself actually came from a small niche branch of economics called econophysics. Not my name. Look, if I was to create it, I would have done some really elaborate name because I'm a genius and everyone loves me. And anyway, that's one example of logos, and I will be giving one more example, which is one of the actual first things he shows in the article is a part where he's talking about how even with a 50% win rate, which is like, for instance, to keep it simple, one win and one loss, you would still be losing money if you're playing against a person who has more money than you. Let's say one person with $1,000 and one person with $100 play a game. And then they can bet 10% of their money, which is, in case you don't know, $10 for the poor person and then $100 for the richer person. They play that game, and obviously they have to bet $10 because the poor person is not going to bet all of their money. They're not an idiot. Not that much of an idiot. But the poorer person bets 10% of their money, which is $10, and then they lose. They lose those $10 and they end up with $90. Now, when they bet again in the second round, they bet $9 because they don't have $10 for 10% because that's not 10% anymore. So they bet $9, which is 10% of 90. Then they play another game and by chance they get lucky and they win that game. That means that sadly they still haven't won back all of their money because they gained $9 instead of their $10 that they lost, netting them negative $1, which is, in case you don't know, a loss. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about these Logos examples. There's plenty more though. You are free to go explore on your own. But that's all I have time for, and he's telling me to get off the camera now, so I'm going to be passing it back to other Brandon. Peace. Great. Now all you young college students spending money out there know how I ended up poor and how Elon Musk did it. And you also know a little bit about how to persuade an audience about not spending their money stupidly.